The denial and deception of Mr. West. Mr. West is still attempting to deceive his subscribers over the conclusions of the following observation. Viewing from Worthing to Beachy Head Cliffs on the 5th of May 2019, Sunday at 16:20. The YouTube URL is listed here. Video still of the image of the White Cliffs of the west side of Beachy Head. Distance from camera 27.4 miles, 44.2 kilometers. It can be observed with the eye or an optical device. The camera was 1 meter above ground level. The cliffs observed at X are the White West Beachy Head Cliffs, 27.4 miles, 44.2 kilometers away from the observer. Mr. West is still trying to convince people otherwise. He wants people to think that the White West Beachy Head Cliffs observed at X are actually the tiny white piece of cliff shown in the blue box. Unfortunately, he does not have many gullible subscribers. We shall persevere with patience. Mr. West has used a function in Google Earth Pro to generate an image on which to base his deception. He will use this image that has been produced through the manipulation of certain functions in Google Earth Pro to attempt to deceive anyone naive enough of the following association. Here is a generated image, a real-life picture, and another real-life picture. First, let's see how Mr. West manipulated the tool functions to obtain this image. First, Mr. West puts a marker at the spot the observation was made from. Then click on the File menu, Add, then click on Photo on the drop-down menu. Mr. West then starts to use a type of zoom in function in Google Earth Pro. Mr. West does not describe how this function works and how it manipulates images in pixels. These are the values Mr. West sent me. They are similar to the ones he used in his video. The values are inserted into the relevant boxes. These figures are the position of the camera and the height of the camera above the ground. The middle figures are the heading the camera is pointing in and the tilt, forward, back, and roll, left, right rotation of the camera. And manipulating these figures changes the aspect ratio of the picture, and the heading the camera is pointing in and the tilt, forward, back, and roll, left, right rotation of the camera. This column, an added polygon, is used just to make things easy to see on the map from Worthing to Beachy Head. Mr. West then uses the zoom function for Google Earth Pro to jump to a spot and shows a new image of Beachy Head. Now Mr. West has an image generated by Google Earth Pro which he will use in his deception. Mr. West does not check the accuracy of the generated image compared to real-life photos, as that would give the game away. Looking at the curvature of the path in the generated image compared to the real-life drone video still, it is obvious that the generated image is an inaccurate representation of real life and should automatically be discarded. But Mr. West just uses it as it is all he has to support his narrative. Mr. West is presenting this image as what you would see if you were standing on Worthing Beach and looking toward Beachy Head with an appropriate zoom camera or telescope. This is a deception. Mr. West set his camera elevation at 158 meters above ground level. Why would Mr. West use the elevation that the camera was actually at? Mr. West has set the camera to view Beachy Head from that high up. Now, why would he do that? The real camera that took the video was positioned here. The camera was only 1 meter above ground level, not over 147 meters. Let's change the altitude to 1 meter to replicate the real observation. What do you think we will see when we do the viewing fairly? At a 1 meter elevation above ground level, where the camera really was, this is what you get. Mr. West generated image with the camera at a height of 158 meters above ground level, and the generated image with the camera at a height of 1 meter above ground level. Mr. West has been purposely deceiving his subscribers. Here the image is expanded. Mr. West's generated image with the camera at a height of 158 meters above ground level, and generated image with the camera at a height of 1 meter above ground level. Even a globe model such as Google Earth Pro does not show a single white cliff with the camera at a distance of 27.4 miles, 44.2 kilometers away, at an observer height of 1 meter above ground level. Real life video still, White West Cliff, Beachy Head. The zoom function on Google Earth Pro used by Mr. West cannot replicate real life. Mr. West has to manipulate the camera elevation to 158 meters above ground level to make white cliffs appear. Through Mr. West's trickery, it has been proved that a globe model, Google Earth Pro, cannot replicate the result of real-life observations. Real-life observations cannot be replicated on a globe Earth model because we do not live on a globe. How strange that Mr. West's deceit actually directed research down this avenue of findings. It has been proven that Mr. West obtained this generated image by manipulating the camera elevation and using a height of 147 to 158 meters above ground level rather than 1 meter above ground level. It has been proven that the zoom function on Google Earth Pro cannot generate images that replicate real life. We do not live on a globe. Mr. West's deception has been revealed. Using the heights of the cliffs, Mr. West's deception can also be revealed. The white cliffs in the video still below are the White West Cliffs of Beachy Head. Mr. West is stating that the white cliffs in the video still is the piece of cliff shown in the blue box in his generated image. Let's see how this is not possible. First, let's find the generated image on Google Earth Pro. This is the exact location determined by using the zoom tool in Google Earth Pro. Mr. West states that the cliff in the real-life video still is 106 meters above mean sea level, and Mr. West associates this to the cliff in his generated image. This cliff is 106 meters above mean sea level. Google Earth Pro and sources support this. This cliff is less than 60 meters above mean sea level, and this will be proved. First, we will prove that the cliff on the left is Seaford Head, and the height of the cliff is 85 meters above mean sea level. Real-life video still, not an image from a model, the inferior mirage mirror line. Seaford Head 85 meters above mean sea level. Real-life video still, not an image from a model, the inferior mirage mirror line, and Seaford Head 85 meters high above mean sea level. And again, a real-life video still, not an image, the inferior mirage mirror line, and Seaford Head standing 85 meters above mean sea level. If Seaford Head at its highest point is 85 meters above mean sea level, then point A in the video still above is at least 20 meters lower than the top of the cliff. The cliff on the left is Seaford Head, and it has a height of approximately 85 meters above mean sea level. This cliff is less than 60 meters above mean sea level, and this will be proved. Now we will prove that the cliff on the right is less than 106 meters above mean sea level and actually less than 60 meters above mean sea level. The bottom of Seaford Head Cliff, just above the mirror line, is without a doubt at least 20 meters below the top of the cliff, which means that the Beachy Head White Cliff is lower than 85 meters above mean sea level. The observed west White Cliff of Beachy Head is obviously, definitely not 106 meters above mean sea level. We can state with confidence that it is less than 65 meters above mean sea level. This is incontrovertible, unless a person has a very poor eyesight or is being deceptive. If Mr. West was correct, where would his proclaimed cliff at 106 meters above mean sea level be in the video still? Accounting for distance and perspective, it should be seen here. It obviously isn't. The White West Cliffs of Beachy Head are 4 miles further away from the observer compared to Seaford Head Cliffs. This means that the White West Cliffs of Beachy Head are visually smaller compared to Seaford Head White Cliffs due to perspective. If brought forward 4 miles, the Beachy Head White Cliffs would be slightly larger, resulting in a slight increase in its elevation, which would still put them below 60 meters above mean sea level. Mr. West's suggested cliff from his generated image, which is 106 meters above mean sea level, is not the cliff in the video still. His suggestion is incorrect. It has been proved that these two cliffs are different cliffs. This proves that the cliff on the right is not 106 meters above mean sea level and that it is actually less than 65 meters above mean sea level. Metabunk.org calculator. Geometric hidden 110.49 meters. Refracted hidden 92 meters. According to the globe, or similar-sized oblate spheroid ellipsoid model at a distance of 44.2 kilometers, 27.4 miles, the hidden geometric height is 110 meters. Although standard refraction, again, is a pseudoscience reification, we shall use it just as a comparison. At a distance of 44 kilometers or 27 miles, the hidden refracted height is 92 meters. According to the globe, or similar-sized oblate spheroid ellipsoid model at a distance of 44 kilometers or 27.4 miles, the hidden geometric height is 110 meters and the hidden refracted height is 92 meters. At a distance of 44.2 kilometers, 27.4 miles, the Beachy Head White Cliff, which is less than 65 meters above mean sea level, can be observed and filmed. This proves that we do not live on a globe. The numbers in video image can only be denied or ignored if a person refuses to accept reality. Will Mr. West deny reality and say that the photograph below is wrong or doesn't match with an appropriate model? Let's wait for the word salad. We don't live on a globe. Please do not just take my word and observations as proof. Get down to the coast and do your own observations. It looks like someone else has been doing some very interesting observations of Beachy Head. Video coming soon.